All right, hey students, this is Active Voice 8.4, Level D. As we did last time, go ahead and fill in the blanks. Define active voice and passive voice, and which should you use in your writing, and when should you use passive voice. If you haven't paused the video, you can do that. And let's fill these in case you missed anything. So again, try to do it from memory. Active voice. When the subject is doing something. Passive voice. When something is being done to the subject. Messy handwriting there. Generally use active voice when you are writing, but it can be appropriate to use passive voice when you wish to emphasize the action rather than the actor. All right, let's revise some sentences. So use, these are both written in passive voice. They need to be changed to use active voice. So give it your best shot. There might be a number of possible right answers. Let's see what you can come up with. Pause the video. Okay, looks like number one is pretty simple. We just need to put Simpson at the beginning. Simpson uses juxtaposition. And then we'll simply keep the rest to emphasize the gulf between the lives of the rich and the poor. Okay, number two. Oh, this is from Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. Joe's decency is disregarded by Pip, who focuses on Joe's lack of gentlemanly manners. I had a different idea. I looked at the key for this one. There are, again, a few ways you could do this. I kind of like what the key does, better than what I picked, though. We'll start with the sentence with Pip, which is a nickname of Philip Pirrip in Great Expectations. Pip focuses on Joe's lack of gentlemanly manners. And we'll add a phrase closer. Disregarding his decency. All right, on to the sentences. So we'll practice beginning with a dependent clause, and we'll compare that with beginning with the phrase. Dependent clauses beginning with the webis, phrases often beginning, but not necessarily beginning with ing words. So I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to come up with two words. How about rock and parallel? I have no idea what I'm going to do with those, but let's see what happens here. Okay, starting with a dependent clause, so I need an webis. I was going to use unless, but I think I'll use if. If we line up the rocks. No, I don't want to use line twice. That's going to end up awkward. If we set up the rocks in parallel, oh gosh. Set up the rocks in parallel lines, comma. They will look awesome. Okay, on to 4. Looking at a phrase opener followed by an independent clause. Let's see, how can I say the same thing but with a phrase opener? Deciding that we wanted an awesome effect. Oh, this is embarrassing. I teach lay versus laid, and I cannot remember which ones I need here. I'll have to think of another word. Deciding that we wanted an awesome effect, we set. How embarrassing. I'm going to look that up now. The rocks in parallel lines. It's good to memorize all your usage rules, but even English teachers forget sometimes. All right, so again, the purposes of this exercise is to look at how can we say things in different ways. And we often find that we improve our craft that way as we seek to play with phrases and clauses. So when you revise your own writing, consider this. It'll be an interesting exercise. On to 5, 6, and 7. We're going to look at 3 different rules here. Go ahead and check the underlined portions, plugging in each possible answer and choosing the best. Go ahead and pause the video, give it a try. All right, looking at number 5, they often will throw our current unit concept in here, and that's what's going on here. So it is the job of a skilled speaker. That sounds kind of fancy, but it's overly wordy. It uses a form of to be in the word is, and we want to avoid that. We want the more active voice, and the best version of that is D. A skilled speaker should allude to the university's problems. It's more direct, and it's more active. All right, 6, we have a word choice. The word elude means to escape from. The word allude with an A means to make an allusion to. Not I illusion in C, it's telling about something else. So B is our best choice. It's the right word. 7, we have an apostrophe issue. I'm going to assume that this is one university. Oh yes, the university might lead us to believe that it's one. Yeah, I think this is a singular. It's not a for certain, but I'm pretty certain we're dealing with singular universities here. We have a context clue that's missing, so B might be correct, but C is far more likely. All right, how'd you do? Did you reach level 4 yet? Are you understanding active voice and why it's important to use it and why it's often a better choice than passive voice? Do you understand the times that passive voice is a better choice? So maybe you're at level 3. The quiz code is purple. I wish you the very best of days.